You're 15 minutes into a high-stakes job interview, or maybe you're on a first date.
Right, or even just standing awkwardly by the snack table at a neighborhood barbecue.
Yes, exactly. And you've navigated the initial pleasantries perfectly.
Yeah.
You're feeling confident. And then the person standing across from you leans back, smiles this entirely innocent smile, and asks a completely terrifying question.
Oh, no, I know what's coming.
They say, "So what do you do for fun? What are your hobbies?" And in that split second, your mind just goes completely, utterly blank.
It's a universal experience, really.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you literally cannot remember a single thing you've done with your free time for like the past 5 years.
Yeah.
So you panic, you blurt out a single word like reading, and the entire conversation just grinds to a devastating halt.
We have all been there. I mean, I've definitely been there. And that phenomenon, that bizarre social paralysis, is exactly what we're unpacking today.
I'm really excited for this one.
Me too. We got our hands on a fascinating transcript for today's deep dive. It's actually an educational script featuring two hosts, Lena and Jas. And this document was specifically designed to teach English language learners how to answer questions about their hobbies.
Right, which sounds very specific.
It does. But as we dug into their lesson, we realized something kind of incredible.
We really did. Because while the target audience might technically be language learners, the psychological insights and the conversational frameworks they provide are actually just a masterclass in human connection.
Yeah, for anybody.
Exactly. They are addressing the fundamental mechanics of small talk.
So whether you are trying to ace a corporate interview or, network without wanting to crawl out of your own skin, or just genuinely connect with the person sitting next to you on a plane, this deep dive is for you. We are going to break down why this totally innocent question causes so much anxiety, how to structure a response that actually builds a bridge to the other person, and even the physical mechanics of sounding confident, even when your heart is just pounding.
It's going to be a good one.
So let's start with the root of the problem. Why on earth does a question as basic as "what are your hobbies" cause such a visceral panic response?
Well, the transcript points to a specific behavioral loop that we can basically call the hobby freeze.
A hobby freeze?
Right. And the root cause is rarely a genuine lack of hobbies. I mean, people do things in their free time. The actual culprit here is catastrophic overthinking.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Lena and Jas actually outline the internal monologue of someone who is put on the spot like this. For a language learner, the first thought is, my English is weak.
Right.
But if you translate that to a native speaker, the anxiety is identical. It's just, I'm going to stumble over my words and sound completely inarticulate.
Which, of course, immediately triggers the fight or flight response.
Oh, 100%.
Your brain is suddenly treating a cocktail party like a tiger attack.
Precisely. And then comes the second layer of fear, which is perhaps, honestly, the most crippling. It's the thought, my hobbies are boring.
Oh, that's the worst one.
It is. When that question drops, we experience this profound fear of judgment. We suddenly feel compelled to justify our very existence through our leisure activities.
And if you're listening to this on your commute, you might be nodding your head right now. Because society has really done a number on us when it comes to free time.
Yeah, it really has.
We live in this era of relentless hustle culture. We are constantly fed this idea that every minute of our day needs to be optimized or monetized or geared towards self-improvement.
So true.
So if you ask me what my hobby is, and the honest answer is that I like playing video games or watching reality television just to turn my brain off, I immediately feel this wave of shame.
Right, like it's not good enough.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to pretend I'm training for a triathlon or, building a sustainable community garden.
And that pressure is immense, and it leads directly to the ultimate conversational paralysis, which is, what should I say?
Right.
When you are filtering your genuine interests through this heavy lens of perceived judgment, you retreat. You look for the safest, smallest possible answer just to end the interrogation.
So you toss out a single noun: reading, music, movies.
And by doing that, you completely fail the actual social purpose of the question.
Wow.
Yeah, answering with a single noun is kind of like throwing a heavy medicine ball at someone instead of gently tossing a tennis ball.
Oh, I like that analogy.
Yeah.
You're basically forcing them to do all the heavy lifting.
You are. If I ask what you do for fun and you just say gaming, I'm now holding this massive awkward weight.
Right, because now what do you say?
Exactly. My brain has to scramble to figure out how to keep the interaction alive. Do I ask what kind of games? Do I confess I know absolutely nothing about games?
Yeah, the cognitive load is entirely on you.
It is, and usually the conversation just completely collapses under that weight.
So how do we stop throwing medicine balls at people? Because, well, Lena and Jas actually offer a deeply comforting piece of wisdom to counter this specific anxiety.
They do, and it's so refreshing.
Jas states it very plainly. He says, there is no perfect hobby.
It sounds incredibly simple, right? But internalizing that concept is basically the key to dismantling the hobby freeze.
How so?
Because the anxiety comes from a false premise. We assume the other person is like auditing our productivity. But in reality, people rarely care what the specific activity actually is.
Oh, that's interesting. So what are they looking for?
They're using the question as an emotional metal detector. They're just scanning the terrain to find something, really anything, that sparks a mutual connection or reveals just a little bit of your personality.
That makes so much sense. I mean, the transcript lists incredibly ordinary things as perfectly valid hobbies. Reading, watching movies, cooking, learning a language. Lena even playfully suggests sleeping.
I loved that part.
Right. And obviously, sleeping might not be the most dynamic hobby, but the core message is vital. The perfectionism is what kills the conversation, not the activity itself.
Yes.
Your free time doesn't have to be impressive. It just has to be yours.
Which brings us to the actual mechanics of how to communicate that. Because once you let go of the need to sound like some kind of superhuman, you still need a method to turn your ordinary hobby into that tennis ball you can toss back.
Right. We need to get rid of the medicine ball.
Exactly. And this is where the transcript provides a highly effective structural solution.
They lay out a literal formula, which is great. It's just 3 steps. Step 1, say your hobby. Step 2, explain why you like it.
Yeah.
And step 3, add an extra detail.
Say it, explain why, add a detail. It transforms a dead-end noun into a miniature narrative.
Let's look at the psychology of why this architecture actually works, using one of their examples. Let's take reading. Instead of just dropping the word reading, staring at the other person, the formula produces this. My hobby is reading books because it helps me learn new things. I usually read self-improvement books in my free time.
Right. Now, at first glance, I can imagine someone hearing that and thinking it sounds, I don't know, a little mechanical.
Yeah, that's my pushback here. If I walk up to someone and recite, my hobby is reading books because it helps me learn, it feels like I'm running a software program for human interaction. Does following a strict formula risk making us sound robotic?
Well, if you deliver it in a total monotone voice, certainly. But the magic isn't in the exact phrasing, it's in the structural components. You are moving from a single data point to a multi-layered invitation.
An invitation?
Yes. Think of the why and the extra detail as conversational Velcro.
Conversational Velcro, I love that, because you're giving their curiosity something to stick to.
Exactly. Let's break down the cooking example they provide in the transcript. They say, my hobby is cooking. I enjoy trying new recipes and making food for my family. If you say that to a stranger, you have just offered them 3 distinct, totally effortless pathways to continue the conversation.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
I could grab onto the new recipes part and ask what the best thing they cooked lately was.
Right.
Or I could grab onto the family part and ask if they have kids who are picky eaters. Or I could just relate to the cooking aspect and say, I'm a disaster in the kitchen. I literally burn water.
Exactly. You have 0 cognitive load as the listener in that scenario. The speaker did all the work for you. They provided the hooks.
Yeah.
That is why the formula is so brilliant. It's actually an act of social generosity. You are removing the friction from the interaction and making the other person feel comfortable and capable of talking to you.
That makes profound sense for casual socializing. I mean, if you're at a neighborhood block party, tossing a conversational tennis ball covered in Velcro is just good etiquette.
It really is.
But let's raise the stakes a bit.
Right.
Because the transcript dedicates a specific section to adapting this exact formula for a job interview. And the environment of an interview drastically changes the rules of engagement, doesn't it? Your livelihood might be on the line.
Oh, the stakes are incredibly high, and the authors are very smart to recognize that context matters here. The three-step structure, say it, why, extra detail, that remains exactly the same.
Okay.
However, the content of your why must strategically shift. In a casual setting, your why is designed to find common ground. But in an interview setting, your why is designed to subtly demonstrate soft skills, character, and emotional intelligence.
Right. Going back to their joke from earlier, this is why you don't say your hobby is sleeping when you're talking to a hiring manager.
Definitely not.
They suggest framing things to highlight value.
Yeah.
For example, if your hobby is watching videos, they suggest saying something like, in my free time, I like watching educational videos and practicing English speaking. It helps me become more confident. Or if it's sports, I enjoy playing cricket with my friends on weekends because it keeps me active and happy.
Those are highly strategic whys. They aren't just talking about sports. They are communicating teamwork, physical discipline, and an understanding of work-life balance through that phrase, active and happy.
Okay, let me push back on this though.
Go for it.
A lot of people, and myself included here, really bristle at the idea of corporatizing our personal lives. Do I have to pretend that my weekend activities are basically a secondary job just to impress an interviewer?
That's a fair question.
Right. Let's say my actual hobby is watching people restore rusty, antique tools on YouTube for hours on end.
Okay, I love that.
It is oddly satisfying. But it certainly isn't a leadership seminar. Am I supposed to lie and say I spend my weekends reading management textbooks?
No, that is a fantastic pushback, and it highlights a trap a lot of applicants fall into. They think they need to fabricate this entirely impressive persona. But the underlying lesson in the transcript isn't about lying at all. It is about self-awareness. Let's take your tool restoration videos.
Okay.
If you run that genuine interest through the three-step formula with an interview mindset, what does it sound like?
Let's see. I suppose I can say my hobby is watching antique tool restoration. I really enjoy it because it is incredibly satisfying to watch a methodical, patient process take something broken and make it highly functional again.
Boom. If you said that to a hiring manager, they would be thrilled.
Really?
Yes, you didn't lie, you didn't invent a corporate hobby, but your why just communicated patience and appreciation for methodical processes and a problem-solving mindset.
Oh, wow.
You took something deeply authentic and highlighted the psychological value it brings you.
That is a subtle but massive difference. It isn't about changing the hobby. It's about knowing yourself well enough to articulate why you're drawn to it in the first place.
Exactly. Even Lena and Jass's example for playing mobile games applies here.
Oh.
They frame it as, I enjoy playing mobile games because they are fun and help me relax after work or study. They are validating that decompression and stress management are legitimate, mature reasons to engage in an activity. An employer wants to know you have healthy ways to handle stress.
Okay, so we have the architecture down, we know how to use the 3 steps to provide conversational Velcro, and we know how to strategically adjust the why based on who is sitting across from us.
Yes.
But having a good script is really only half the battle.
Yeah.
Because if your body language is sending out a distress signal, the words kind of lose their power, don't they?
Oh, delivery is paramount. You can construct the perfect mini narrative, but if it's communicated with defensive or anxious mechanics, the listener is going to feel that tension.
For sure.
And the authors dedicate a significant portion of their lesson to this, starting with 3 specific mistakes that just ruin an answer.
Right, so mistake number 1 is very short answers, which we have thoroughly dismantled.
Yeah.
Don't throw the medicine ball.
Sure.
Mistake number 2 is giving memorized robotic answers. But mistake number 3 is fascinating. Using difficult words you cannot pronounce.
This is a pitfall that catches highly intelligent people all the time, especially when they are nervous.
People feel this intense pressure to use SAT vocabulary to sound competent. We think we need a $50 word when a $5 word will do the job perfectly.
And that instinct usually backfires entirely. The transcript offers a direct counter tip to this mistake, and it honestly might be the most powerful quote in the entire document. Simple English is powerful. Stumbling over complex vocabulary is what breaks the illusion of confidence.
Oh, it's the moment the mask slips.
Exactly.
Like if someone asks me what I do on the weekends and I try to say, my preferred method of weekend decompression revolves around the cultivation of complex botanical specimens, but I trip over the word botanical because my mouth is dry from nerves, I don't sound smart.
No.
I just look profoundly anxious and perhaps a bit pretentious.
Contrast that with someone who simply says, I really love gardening. Getting my hands in the dirt just clears my head after a long week.
Oh yeah. So much better.
The vocabulary is simple, but the clarity and conviction are undeniable. Confidence does not stem from complexity, it stems from being understood.
To achieve that clarity, the authors provide a few more delivery tips. Speak slowly, which makes total sense because adrenaline naturally speeds up our speech rate. But their final piece of advice is to smile while speaking. And I have to be honest, when I first read that, my immediate reaction was just resistance.
How come?
Is that just toxic positivity? You know, if I am terrified inside an interview room, plastering a fake smile on my face feels really superficial. Doesn't that read as inauthentic?
It's a completely fair reaction. When we are told to just smile, it often feels dismissive of our actual anxiety. However, there is a deep physiological reality behind this advice that has literally nothing to do with faking an emotion.
Wait, really?
Yes. Smiling isn't just about looking pleasant, it mechanically alters your vocal tract.
Mechanically? How does that work?
Well, when you're anxious, the muscles in your neck and throat tighten up. This constricts your vocal cords, which pushes the pitch of your voice higher and makes you sound strained or breathless.
Right.
It's a biological tell that you are in distress. But the physical act of smiling changes the shape of your resonating chamber.
The acoustic chamber of your mouth.
Yes. When you pull the corners of your mouth back into a smile, your soft palate actually elevates. It literally creates more space in the back of your throat.
That is wild.
This physical shift allows your voice to resonate differently. The acoustic frequencies flatten out, your pitch drops slightly, and your tone becomes noticeably warmer.
That is incredible. So it isn't just a psychological trick to look friendly, it's an anatomical hack for your vocal cords.
Exactly. As Jas notes in the transcript, you sound more friendly and relaxed. You are altering the acoustic properties of your own voice. And here's the truly fascinating part.
I'm listening.
When your own ears hear your voice sounding warm and resonant, it creates a biofeedback loop. It signals to your nervous system that you are safe, which actually helps lower your heart rate.
Wow. So by mechanically forcing the acoustic chamber open with a smile,
Yeah.
you are tricking your nervous system into calming down.
Yes.
That completely changes how I view that advice.
Yeah.
It isn't fake it till you make it. It is taking literal control of your physical instrument.
It's utilizing your biology to support your message rather than letting adrenaline sabotage it.
If we step back and pull all these threads together, the scope of what we've covered today is really quite remarkable. We started with a relatively brief script, engineered to help non-native speakers pass an English test.
Right.
But peeling back the layers, we found a comprehensive blueprint for lowering social friction.
It serves as a potent reminder that overthinking and the pursuit of perfection are the true enemies of human connection. The fear that we are fundamentally uninteresting just prevents us from sharing who we actually are.
The secret isn't finding the perfect noun. It isn't pretending your life is a continuous stream of highly productive, marketable activities. The secret is the narrative.
And that narrative is built on social generosity. By using the 3-step formula, stating your hobby, articulating the why, and offering that extra detail, you are extending an invitation.
Yeah.
You are providing the Velcro that allows another human being to easily and comfortably attach to your experience.
And you adjust the angle of that why, depending on the room you're in, focusing on connection at a party or self-awareness in an interview without ever having to sacrifice your authenticity.
Exactly.
And you deliver it all with the power of simple language, a deliberate pace, and a physical smile that keeps your voice grounded.
As the authors conclude in their lesson, confidence does not come from perfect English. And as we have established today, it certainly doesn't come from having perfect hobbies either. It comes from the courage to communicate simply and clearly.
Small, simple answers, when structured thoughtfully, carry an incredible amount of power. They are the building blocks of every meaningful relationship we have. So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want you to think about your own default settings.
Yes. Reflect on the last time someone asked you what you do for fun. Think about the one-word answer you instinctively reached for, the medicine ball you dropped to end the interaction and protect yourself from judgment.
Based on the conversational architecture we unpacked today, what fascinating psychological why and what quirky, genuine extra detail have you been hiding from the world? And perhaps more importantly, the next time someone asks you that terrifyingly innocent question, how many genuine connections are you willing to miss out on by keeping your story to yourself?